Hello, everybody. Welcome into this OK Preps exclusive. I'm Managing Director Michael Knight, and I'm sitting down here with Memorial defensive end Isaiah Thomas. First off, Isaiah, thanks for sitting down with me. Take me through the last 30 hours or so, just because you went from a guy who woke up on Thursday morning with no Division I offers to, while we're sitting down right now, by the end of this conversation, you might have picked up another offer. Who knows? But as we sit here today, you have 5 D1 offers. You picked up 4 on Thursday from SEC and Big 12 schools. Tell me a little bit about it.
It was pretty mind-blowing to me. I couldn't really believe it when it happened. I talked to my mother about it and my uncle, and they were pretty proud of me, and they just told me to embrace it all in now and just enjoy it. And then I got another call today, right before I came here, talking to Vanderbilt, and them offered me, and they loved how I play, and they were pretty interested in me.
What is it about your game on the football field that has all these schools talking about you now? Because, again, we had heard the name Isaiah Thomas before. I think a lot of guys who cover recruiting in the state thought, this is a prospect to watch. Let's see how he does in the spring and summer, and maybe by the time his senior season rolls around, he'll start to pick up some more steam in recruiting. But obviously the wait is over as far as that goes. What is it about your game that kind of separates you from some of the other defensive linemen in the state?
Well, when I'm on the field, I just don't think about anything and just play the game of football and do what I love and give 100%. And my coach always told me he'll rather have me mess up going 100% than me mess up not going at all. Because when I'm going 100%, I can mess up something and make an effect on the game either way if I know what I'm doing or not. And just by the way I play, I just play do all I got.
I'm always interested to see, what our high school football standouts see when they watch the next level, whether it's college football, the NFL. We just watched the Super Bowl this last weekend. When you watch football at higher levels, whether it's college or the NFL, do you specifically look at your position and, try to not necessarily idolize guys at that level, but try to, and I don't want to say replicate either, but take parts of, different individuals' games into your own?
Yes, I do actually. Mainly when I'm watching games, I watch it because I love it. But then again, when I sit with my Uncle Bobby, he tells me to watch my position because I could always get better at things that I haven't tried yet. And I tried it over this season, and things that I didn't do last season, I tried this year, and it worked. And it's been paying off real well.
If you had to pinpoint one guy who you watch, whether it's a defensive end, maybe an outside linebacker who likes to rush on third down, whatever it may be, if you had to pinpoint one guy again at the college or NFL level, who would it be?
Maybe J.J. Watt.
Yeah, that's a pretty good selection. What is it about his game, other than being an absolute wrecking force on offensive lines, that really appeals to you?
It's just how he plays. He just doesn't care. Everything he does at full speed. And he always does. He does one thing that other players that they don't do. Like he'll go the extra mile instead of just being satisfied at just being just doing what he's doing. He takes that extra mile, and that's why he's the best at what he does.
Did you grow up watching a specific call? We always hear, the perfect example is Micah Wilson from Lincoln Christian last year. He was our player of the year. He talked about Missouri being his dream school. He grew up watching Missouri. His dad played for Missouri. That was his dream school. So when he had an opportunity to go ahead and play college ball there, it was a no-brainer for him. Do you have a dream school? Was there a school growing up that you thought, man, it'd be really cool to play for them one day?
I never really had a dream school. I just grew up loving the game of football because I grew up all around my family, and that made me just love the sport. But I just never really got too attached to one team. I just love the game and all the teams.
Now you're in the smack dab middle of basketball season, and now all this football recruitment starts to pick up. And I know it's just going to continue to get even heavier as the weeks go on, as we get closer and closer to spring ball and camps and things of that nature in March and April. Does it get stressful at times dealing with, you're in the middle of possibly a state championship run with Memorial's basketball team, and now you're also having to, start looking at all these different schools that are recruiting you?
To me, it's not stressful, really. I'm handling it pretty well, in my opinion, and also others are telling me, like my coach and my mother, they're also telling me I'm handling it pretty well, balancing football and basketball at the same time. And by the way I'm playing in basketball, he thinks that all this football is not affecting my game in a negative way. He thinks it's actually motivating me to do better in what I do.
Now, once basketball season is over, obviously you'll start to take a look around at different camps and things like that. Do you have an idea of what you'd like to do as far as where you'd like to go, whether it's unofficial visits? I know you might be going to Norman for an unofficial visit this weekend. Do you start looking ahead to your schedule of events and things like that once basketball is over?
Yes, me and my mother, we talked about it after when basketball season's over, about what we're going to do in this off season, so we can start getting a better idea of what I want to do, and when it comes to that time next year when I make my decision.
Now, do you already look ahead to? I know there were a lot of guys that were ranked in the top 10, top 15 in last year's class. Well, I'd say last year's, the 2016 class, right, that waited all the way until signing day or the day before signing day to go ahead and announce their college decision. Have you thought about that already, and have you decided you'd like to get it done before your senior year starts, after your senior year's over, or all the way up until signing day? Have you given that any thought?
Well, I haven't gave it too much thought now because I've been just told embrace it all in now, just enjoy it and don't stress too much over it because I got basically a whole year to decide what I want to do. And just until then, I'm going to just think of what choices I have and make my decision at that time.
Now, final question for you. Back to the basketball court. Memorial, one of the top teams in Class 5A. We got you sitting here, so we'll get your thoughts on this. Memorial going all the way to the state championship this year, or maybe is it a group of guys who maybe they're too young this year, maybe next year's the year? What are the Chargers going to do come March?
I believe we can take it all because we've improved a lot over this week. Right now, we had a rough loss against East Central, but we bounced back from it in a good way, in my opinion. And this week of practice that we had has been pretty great. And our young players that we have, like our junior Caleb and Kobe, they really stepped up to be leaders this year. And also our seniors that we have, and they all taking this in together and finally had to think about it and say, we're going to win a state championship, and we're going to do it all.
There are a lot of good teams in Class 5A right now, so it'd be interesting to see what happens with Memorial basketball. Obviously, one of the best teams historically, especially over the last 10 years in Class 5A, always making trips to the Mabee Center. So looking forward to seeing if the Chargers can once again make it to the state tournament for basketball. If you haven't followed this guy on Twitter already, be sure and do so, because this guy, like I said, during the duration of this interview, he probably picked up one, maybe even two more Division I offers. It's every 2 hours or so I open up Twitter and he's got another Division I offer. So Isaiah, congratulations on all the pub over the last 30 hours or so. Thanks for sitting down with me, and good luck over the next couple weeks. I know it's going to be a busy time.
Oh, yes, sir. Thanks.
He's Isaiah Thomas, Memorial defensive end, as well as a standout on the basketball team. As well, I'm Managing Director Michael Knight, and this has been another OK Preps exclusive. Stay right here at okpreps.com for more on high school sports here in Oklahoma.